Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Sunil Goyal, and I head the operations for Sopra Steria in India. Sopra Steria globally is a 5.2 billion euros company headquartered in Paris. And in India, we have our headquarters in Noida, and we have offices in Chennai, Pune, and Bangalore. And we have 5,500 software professionals across these four locations. In the last few years, we have seen a big improvement in terms of the industrial relations of Indian and French companies. And going forward, I see a huge potential for the French companies to invest in India. And this spans across all sectors and just not in IT. There are opportunities on manufacturing side because India is spending a huge in terms of improving its infrastructure across, and that is where the French companies have a huge potential to invest across the country. As far as Suprasteria is concerned, uh, we have invested a lot in the last 2 decades, but we're not stopping here. We have plans to continue to expand our capacity in Noida. Currently, we are building a 5-acre campus which will have a capacity of more than 6,500 people. We are renovating our campus in Chennai, where we will be increasing the capacity by almost close to 1,000 people. And we are also shifting to a new office in Bangalore, which will have a capacity of almost 1,000 professionals. So we are continuing to invest in India because today, when we look at talent, and specifically in the current scenario, where there's a huge demand for digital talent in the area of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and that's going to be the way forward. That kind of talent today is available in India. So the organization is also planning to continue to its investment in terms of setting up the COEs for some of these new technologies so that our people here work very closely with our people in Europe to give the cutting edge solutions to our customers. So as far as Suprasteria is concerned, just to sum it up, we will continue to invest in India for its talent, for its infrastructure, and everything else what the country provides. So on the onset of COVID, one thing which it taught us was resilience. And obviously, I mean, all of us navigated those difficult moments very successfully. But yes, going forward, we know that the world is going to have, as I say, super VUCA, which is very high volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And this is where it will be extremely important to ensure that our leaders who are trained to address issues related to the VUCA, which means they have to be absolutely resilient. And what we are doing is there is a huge investment in which is happening in terms of our leadership building, both in Europe as well as in India. And we're also identifying high potential leaders at our level 5 and level 6 who would be ensured that they get trained on some of these aspects so that tomorrow when the world changes at the pace which we are seeing, they are capable to navigate through that. In addition to this, obviously apart from the training programs, what we are also doing is we're investing into one-to-one coaching with our leadership team so that we are able to address their individual competencies and traits so that they are fully trained to address these issues in the future. Absolutely, this is a very important topic, and both at a corporate level as well as in India, there are huge investments which have happened. We had onboarding of Axel Lemaire, who's the Group Sustainability Officer. She came on board, I think, 3 years back, and with her onboarding, obviously there has been a huge change in terms of how the organization should be addressing it because we are very clear that sustainability is something without which we cannot have our business outcomes. So with the onboarding of Axel, what we have also done is there are various chief sustainability officers which have been appointed at different countries. Some countries have already done and some countries are in the process. At India level, we have appointed a chief sustainability officer and she carries on 4 different targets. One is in terms of environment, which obviously we've been focusing on this a lot to see that how we can be carbon neutral. We continue to invest in renewable energy and ensure that all our facilities adhere to the highest standards, where we can obviously, our aim is to see that how they can be zero waste. Apart from the environment, the second becomes which is the digitable sustainability, because obviously we know with all the new innovations which are happening on the AI ML side, there is a huge consumption of the computing power. So what we have done is we've also appointed a digital sustainable officer in India, whose primary responsibility would to ensure that whatever solutions which we are suggesting to our customer, there is a green IT component, and also ensure that whatever we are implementing it in India, our people what they are using, they understand and implement the green IT. The third aspect is in terms of the society, where we had established Sopra Steria India Foundation almost 2 decades back. This continues to ensure that we do various projects, and our major projects are around upliftment of the lower economic society for education, where we are supporting today almost 60,000 students every year across 52 schools in these 4 regions. And in addition to these three, obviously, diversity and inclusion is a huge topic for us, where at a group level we have been ensuring that we continue to focus on it. And in India, this is a topic which is handled by our talent department, where there is a dedicated person who's working on the D&I initiative. So to just sum it up, yes, with the appointment of the Chief Sustainability Officer in India, we've ensured that we follow all the principles, look at certain innovative practices to see how it can be done, and obviously at a group level, this is now being very closely monitored. So as I said earlier, we are into the IT sector, and India plays a very, very strategic role in overall success of the group and our customers. So right from day one, we ensured that India is not as a cost center, but it is a strategic development center, innovation center, where we work closely with the groups, all initiatives in terms of technology. For example, when we were setting up the cloud practice, we set up a cloud practice in India which was working very closely with the group's cloud practice, or whether it was related to blockchain or data or AI. And as we know today, one of the things which India offers a lot is extremely talented human power, which obviously is a big challenge across the whole world. And this talent, which is very well qualified, very well trained, is able to work with our people in the group to offer solutions to our customers. So we are ensuring that it is just not a cost center, but an innovation center, and the talent which it offers. The other aspect is in terms of infrastructure. As we know that today India is able to offer global infrastructure with all the global norms, to ensure that whenever a customer moves from one country to another country, and within the country from one city to another city, he sees absolutely a uniform infrastructure and is not worried about how his deliveries would happen. So both in terms of the human resources, the infrastructure, and the complete support which we see from the government for the IT industry, I think today India plays a very, very critical and important role in the overall success of our group and our customers.